This is Damon Stevens, Spin Wealth Builders. Today is Monday, November 15th, 2021. This is a stock market update of our first day of trading this week. Hopefully everybody stayed safe out there. Interesting market out there today. It was very flat, so not a lot of activity today. And hard to say which direction we're going to go here, but the bulls are still in play. And so let's take a look at the charts and see what's going on. So looking at the market here, you can see that Dow Jones closed pretty much flat at 0.04% down. NASDAQ was down 0.04% as well, and S&P 500 says 0, but 0.05. So pretty much flat across the board. Not a lot of action. Looking at the heat map, you can see a mixed heat map. Facebook is the one who really kind of soared the fangs. Otherwise, pretty much everybody was pretty well flat. Utilities did okay. Healthcare had a little bit of pullback. Looking around the country, the world here, you can see that China was flat to a little bit of a pullback, and so pretty much mixed. So today really was not a good actionable day in the marketplace. So hopefully everybody stayed safe out there and didn't overtrade trying to get something out of the market today, because there's nothing happened much. Even on the scanners, CSPR had news. I didn't trade this one. There was a sale of the company, and so it just went up and just stopped. So not much of a trade there. Nothing here really traded here on the scanner today. But let's look at some of the charts here, because we did have some action on a couple others. So MRAM, this is from last week. So this is a multi-day trade, and you can see that today we did get a little bit of it, not a whole lot, more of a scalper than anything else. So $11 to $12.81 was the top. It pulled back around $11 and back up to $12.23. So not a whole lot. Going to keep this on our list here. We got a nice upward trend, as you can see here on the chart. So we're going to continue to have this one on our list as we go into this week. Looking at earnings. We talked about this on Sunday night as well. So Lucid, EEG, didn't see a whole lot of activities after hours on these two. I'll be watching them in the morning. Definitely watching in the morning for Walmart, Home Depot, C, JUMIA, so NetEase. So we'll definitely be watching these in the morning for some movement. So this might help us get some volatility going and some action. Otherwise, Wednesday and Thursday this week are going to be my big days for earnings. Just be careful if you're trading earnings. Some people trade them and put strangles or straddles on their options on the earnings, but I just don't. So I've done it before. It's just still pretty kind of risky, and so I just prefer not to do it. I just wait for the earnings to come out, and I trade the volatility on the announcements. So that's my style. And like you've seen, I'm sure there's millions of styles out there you probably figure out. So find the one that you like, and that's the one to follow. So let's go into some of our charts here. So BNTX, so we would trade this, and we've been watching this one for months. This one along with Moderna and also Invax. And you see here, BNTX is kind of rallying up here today. Gives a nice little run up to 252. This one is back on my list. It was off for a little bit because it just continued to dip down. But it looks like we got some energy and some momentum back in here. So I'll definitely be watching in BNTX for continued trading this week. So excited to see it coming back on the list here. KLAC, which has been on the list and grinding up to those highs here. It just come down. Let me close my shopping list. So KLAC, so you can see here it peaked out pretty much today, this morning, and it's kind of dropping off. So we'll see if we can hold this area off of our bottom support line. You see that it held it here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times now, and see if we can bounce back up again. If it drops below my support line, this stock will come off. So we'll just see what it can do here. But right now, we've got a little bit of weakness after that long run. Our IBM, so competitor to Tesla, supposedly in the future here is continue to climb up here. You see here that it kind of capped up here at the top here around 152.53. looking for continuation plays on this one. I just say be careful with this one. This one is for me considered a day trade more than anything, just because you know, company's not really producing a whole lot right now, and you know, a lot of people consider it overvalued. So just kind of keep an eye on this one. As long as it trades, you know, higher, you know, we'll go ahead and trade it, but just be careful if you are trading this one since it is so new. Nvidia still flat, so not giving us anything more, but still holding on to this one, looking for, you know, momentum trade here. AVGO, pretty well flat. It got above our resistance line, set of support right now at this 565.77 level. You know, I'm going to see if this can kind of give us a push towards our 580 mark up here. And if it breaks below here, then we might be consolidating for a little bit. So glad to see it broke out and at least close the day over that. Shopify was a nice big rally. It's running flat here, you can see. So we'll just watch this one as well to see if we can get some momentum going. Dash, again, hit a peak of 275.25 today, and then just kind of went flat and kind of a little bit lower. Still above the 200 though. Still watching for this one for some momentum to get going again. You see our upper support line here, it held, and that was a good area for resistance. But our support line was good once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, but kind of failed here today. It's a little nervous, but I did see above the 200, so we'll see if we can get back up into this little channel and continue moving up north. Zoom is starting to rally. It had a huge pullback. It's been pretty bad stock for a long time, and it looks like it's trying to rally back up here. So it's not moving quick, but you know, nice and steady, it wins the race. So 253.58 at 264. Going to see if this gives us continuation play. So I'm looking at Zoom now, back on Zoom's on our list again. BLNK, nice little pop up here, and then it pulled back here in a day. So it did get above our trend line, but it pulled back underneath. We'll see if it can continue to rally up here above this 4,500, this 45.10. If it pulls down below here, then definitely gonna make sure you protect your profits on that one. Tesla had a nice little pullback. You know, I haven't really read the news officially, but there's rumors out there that basically Elon and others are going to sell their Tesla stock, and so supposedly that was momentum. But yeah, I mean, it traded down. Tesla traded down all day today. So if you had puts on it, you know, from last week, or even you put them on this morning, congratulations, you had a nice run today. So you know, and here's kind of where we're sitting right now as we close in, you know, towards the end of the day, with the lowest 983.38, high of 1031. Then we're sitting here, right, you know, after hours, we're sitting right here around 1011. So you know, if you caught this run up, caught this run down, and caught this run up here, congratulations. This was the afternoon run. You can see, kind of see here, not really a V bottom, more of like a U shape, but we do still have this little cup. So if this is considered this a cup and this is a little handle, we could rally tomorrow, but we got to get above the 200 here. So we got to see if we can get above the 200, get above this resistance level here. You can see a lot of resistance right here from support, and so we got to break up here. If we can break above 1031, looking for a rally back up to the 1080s. So we'll look in the morning and see kind of what Tesla does. Amazon kind of in the channel, still kind of at the bottom right now. As long as we continue to bounce up here, should be able to continue to ride this up towards 3600. KLAC, this one has been a long-term trade, and you know, they climbed for a long time, and then we consolidated, and you see a little bit of a pullback, and then now we got to climb back up again, and you see here that we have another pullback. So this section right here is a big area of resistance for KLAC to continue climbing to new highs. Got to keep an eye on that. Just something to be aware of, that it is struggling. We got to really get above 417 to start rallying back up here, and 418, 419 would be even better. So looking at the overall stock market again, looking at the government bonds sitting here flat under this resistance area here. So not much to say there. VIX pullback is around that 1650 area. So that's great to help the market continue to move forward and continue to go to new highs. So if we can continue pulling down here, should see new highs here before the end of the month. You see the SPY it's in here kind of flat. We had that little pullback here. We was wondering if we're going to at least come down to 20. We didn't. And we kind of started rallying back up. So, can we get back by 470? And that's kind of the mark right now. So, but turnaround Tuesdays tomorrow. We didn't have much to go off of today. So tomorrow could be flat again, another flat day again, or we can see some movements in one way or the other. But right now, just kind of looking for direction with the SPY cues, pull up a little bit, pull back down in the day. So still some little bit of weakness there, but still bullish. Semiconductors kind of rallied up and then pull back flat as well. So seeing the same story here, pretty much everything's flat. So that's indecision. That means the market's got to try to figure out which way it wants to go. Looking at semiconductors, flat as well. Dow Jones ended flat. So everything's pretty much kind of at the same place right now. So do we stay there for a while and consolidate before we get momentum one direction or the other? Hard to say. Do we get a Santa rally? Is what they call it sometimes, which is basically a year-end rally is what I call it. But that's another possibility too. But we have this conflict in November. Typically, November is a down month, followed by a boom at the end of the year. So it's just hard to say. Looking at gold though, you see that it broke out of this triangle. We talked about this, and it's just finally got its rally. Kind of flat right now, so just got to see if we can get momentum, get over that 1860 level. Same with silver. Silver broke up, had a nice little run up. It's got to get above $25 and hold, so we can run up towards 26 will be the next round number to go to. Bitcoin continues to pull back. We're on the 20. See, we've been on the 20 a lot. Looking for some some momentum to get going again. Ethereum, same thing. So this one I traded this weekend. It was a nice little trade. CRO USD. You can see here. Last week it was trailing here pretty flat for the most part, 4,200. And then on the weekend, it's consolidating down here, started to pull back up here, got into the trade. I think it got out around 52, which I know that wasn't the top. I was right around here, and then went to 54. I tried to see if it was going to rally back up again and didn't. And you can see it just trailed off here. So I sold out up here just because I don't know this crypto very well. So I'll always, if I can see this breakout happen, this level here where it's hit 42, this 42 area, a couple times, and you see 3 times. What you want to do is enter in above that. And so that gives you a little bit of ride. But this, I didn't know this is new highs for it. So I didn't know where it was going to go. If you take this distance here of this movement here and you go up here, that was just kind of a guess. And I have Fibonacci's in here as well. But I thought, well, maybe it could get up to this Fibonacci level around 55.4. It didn't, but this is where, this first level here around 51, 52 is what I was planning on, which is this, this Fibonacci right here. So that was kind of the level of plan, and it spiked up almost to the next level up, but just something to be cautious on if you are in this one. Looking for a pullback here. This may be a possible entry back in, because we're almost at this 42 area. So if we pull back down here a little bit, I may get in, or if it can hold this 50 tomorrow, then I might back in and run this one again. So, long-term hold, I don't know, maybe not, but definitely was one of our trades on the crypto side. So looking at the market, be safe out there. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring since we're very flat today, but things continue to look bullish. So just be aware of that. Make sure you keep your profits and lock those in. And everybody have a great night. We'll talk tomorrow night and recap how the day went.